The debating, not debating, not debunking, but debating. Uh, the Discord that I had with the flat Earth boneheads yesterday was magnificent. Let's let's break it down. There's the psychology, there's the tactic, there's the execution, and then there's the evidence. Now, I went in there with an agenda, and that agenda was to make sure that they feel every single psychological ploy that they try to push on people, whether it be trolling, whether it be triggering, whether it be manipulation, whether it be playing logical, circular logical games, whether it be trying to redirect and distract. And I destroyed them on that. And I learned something that I can call them out as it happens. And that frustrated the hell out of them. You flat earthers, you don't even know how to deal with someone that ignores. I essentially ignored your tactics. You have a tactic and you try to corral the person that you debate into answering questions on your terms. And it didn't work on me. See, the rule goes like this. I ask a question, I get my question answered. Then I'll answer your questions. Now, if you happen to ask a question before I do, no problem. I'll answer your question. But I don't do interviews. I do discussions, debates. So, that being the case, your tactics are a failure. Some of you are trolling. Some of you enjoy the trying to get people animated. But what you don't seem to understand is that I'm watching you just as well as you're watching us. And triggering you, all of you, was satisfying. Watching your Nathan Oakley character come in there and get him frustrated was, mwah, thank you. And your Christian evangelical conspiracy theorist, I let him know what's up. You don't start raising your voice at someone unless you ready to get it thrown right back at you. But I will give one of you guys some credit. I don't know who is who, but the one guy that acknowledged that my description of the pathways of the stars going across the sky at night, especially when you're at the equator, thank you for that. Thank you for being honest. You acknowledged that I was correct. Also, to the person that admitted that the reason why a helium balloon will burst when it goes so high into the stratosphere is because there's no atmosphere up there, right? Good. You're at least trying to be honest. So, just to let you know that you don't get any play with me. And I will return yet again to debate you again. I'm going to debunk, I'm going to debate, then debunk, then debate. Okay? And I love hearing you guys giggle. You guys giggle like a bunch of little school children. That was hilarious. But let's recap on what we discussed. Star pathways are proof that the world is a sphere because those pathways gradually change as you go further across the globe's latitude. So as you start from the North Pole, Polaris is straight up north. And as you are gradually going south, you will see Polaris is not straight up north. Polaris is simply straight up. And as you're going further south, Polaris will start to point from the direct overhead to the north. That you can't do on a flat Earth. You can't do anywhere else. Because as you get to the equator, Polaris then disappears. And the other stars that are also that are rotating around Polaris' axis, those stars, even the ones that were near the equator when you were at that were near the horizon when you were at the North Pole, those continue further to go under the northern horizon with Polaris far beyond that. See, I didn't get to explain that because you had cut me off. You guys had cut me off. But to your second issue about things falling down, gas is just as under the influence of gravity as solids and liquids. And your unwillingness to respectfully acknowledge that gas has to respond to the same force that brings things falling down, that's a shame on you. Oh, but you guys did acknowledge another thing, and that was that the 9.8 meters per second. Okay, I had made it clear to you guys that 9.8 meters is pretty much the rule, but there is a little bit of a play due to different factors, and some of you had sarcastically tried to belittle that, but then you can turn around and then try to say that it wasn't exact because there are different factors. You basically try to take my own argument, my own detail in the argument, and then try to reflect it back upon me, and that is a tactic. That is a psychological ploy. Okay, and it didn't work. Okay, so I'm going to debate you again. Okay, you get your Nathan Oakley, you get your little cute girl sidekick, you get your animated character guy, you get your matter of fact guy, and you get your teenager just going to college characters. You get all the little characters, bring them all into the Discord. I'm gonna just debunk, debate all of y'all all at the same time, just like I did before. Okay, so flat earthers, not while I'm around. You guys have a great one. See you soon.